Perfect. All right. I think let me see, let me make sure. Yeah, we're good to go.
Recording, yeah, on the top left. Yeah. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Let me first ask why do the story with Kent about getting it done? Why say yes to that interview?
Listen, to be honest with you, I couldn't say no to an interview like that. I feel like I'm doing what I was pretty much called to do. And I was telling Ken this, this project is much more than a project to me. It's just almost like a mission. It's like I cannot get these people off of my mind. I've been practicing law for 30 something years. And I mean, I've done a lot of I've run for office myself and I've done a lot of things, but there's not been too many things that can just fire me up like trying to help these people. And I think one of the reasons is because they're being so mistreated by people who have the power to help them, yet they're not doing it. So I feel like my whole life has brought me to this point. To be honest with you, I feel like almost everything I've gone through in life, a lot of hard times, everything else brought me to the point to help these people. So it's like a calling in life to me.
You said then fast forward to your email to Anne that this has been something that you've been working on since early April, but give me a synopsis on what you've been working on and then maybe the next steps.
Okay, well, first of all, let me back up. I first noticed these people's plight in December of 2020 when I came downtown to get a Christmas gift for my wife from my law office. And I saw people outside Christmas Eve, just freezing, outside. There were no tents. This is at the corner of Jefferson and Union. And then when I left my office, I saw another group of people at the corner of Broad and Union in the same predicament. And that just bothered me all night long. And the next day, I just kind of broke down about it. And so from about January the 15th of 2021, I started helping them with my own money, started buying gift cards from Winn-Dixie. I would buy them $20 increments, then $10 increments. So last year, almost every Friday, we would get donating $500 worth of grocery gift cards that were good at Winn-Dixie and Harvey's. But then I sent an email to the mayor and all the city councilmen asking them to create a law that would set aside at least 3% of every dollar that they're giving away in grants and forgivable loans, to millionaires to redevelop downtown. And I only got one council person to respond to me, and that was Matt Carlucci. And we met in his office. He called a meeting with myself and two members of the mayor's office and someone from finance. And I was trying to present this idea to them. It just never got any traction. So I got tired of getting nowhere with the city. And so I did some research in the charter, and I realized that, we can change the charter. Citizens can do it. So I'm doing now through the petition process what I asked them to do. They could do this by just creating this amendment to the charter, voting it in, the mayor could sign it, and it'll be a done deal just like that, but they won't do it. So now I'm petitioning the people to do it. And so we have to get 33,300 something petitions 6 months before the next city election in May. And if we get those petitions from voters from Duval County, it will be on the ballot next May. And if it's voted into law, it will become law in Jacksonville. So that's the process. And we're trying to collect funds to build tiny houses so that the homeless can have permanent housing in Jacksonville. I don't believe any other city has ever done anything like this across the United States of America. And I've been doing research for the better part of a year about tiny houses and how to, house the homeless and things like that.
So the funding, again, you said at least 3%, or is the proposal, I think I read 5%?
Yeah, well, you were asking me the trajectory. Originally, I asked for 3% when I was asking them to do it. I asked for 3%. They didn't do it. So now I'm asking for 5% because we're doing it. I'm asking, the petition says 5%. But when I originally presented my idea to the mayor and the city council, I was asking for at least 3%. But since we're doing it, we're going to go ahead and ask for 5% because I think 5% is reasonable anyway. You're only talking about 5 cents on every dollar that they're giving away in grants and forgivable loans to rich people who don't need it in the first place. And so the way our proposal works, if it's voted into law, no homeless person will get any funding for anything if the city doesn't give away a grant or a forgivable loan through DIA. But every dollar in a grant or a forgivable loan that they're giving away through DIA projects, 5% of that will go towards permanent housing for the homeless in terms of funding tiny housing projects.
Let me ask this question. Some may say that this is a far-reaching goal. Your response to that?
Listen, I respectfully disagree. When you're giving the Jaguars got $40 million from the city. I'm only asking for a small percentage of money that doesn't have to be given away to anybody. That's why we call this the Robinhood Law, because it only takes a small percentage of money that's in a grant and in a loan. And so here's my response. If you don't like this, do something else, but I'm not gonna let you criticize what I'm doing when you're doing nothing. In other words, I like what we're trying to do to help these people better than what you're not trying to do to help people. So people have a right to complain and everything else. But my perspective is, if you don't want to do this, stop giving away money to millionaires. If you stop giving away money to millionaires, this goes away. But if this passes, as long as you're giving money to millionaires, then the homeless will get 5% of every dollar that you give. So I don't think that's overreach. Now, if I was asking for 25% or 50%, that would be ridiculous. I'm asking for 5 cents on every dollar that you're already giving away to a millionaire who doesn't need it. So I don't think that's unreasonable at all. And I'll say this, if you think it's unreasonable, then I think you have a problem. And I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about individuals who will complain again about this.
Well, there's several people that have complained, but as you said, there's been inaction.
Exactly. This is a last resort for me. I went right to the city. I went right to the people who have the power to do this. And one person, and I believe him. I believe he's concerned about it, but guess what? He couldn't do anything about it. And so now I'm not interested in talking to the mayor. People are asking me now, have you talked to the mayor about this? Yeah, I tried to, he wouldn't talk to me. Have you talked to city council? I tried to, they wouldn't talk to me, the vast majority of them. So now I don't really have anything to say to them. I'm talking to the people now. One of the good things about Jacksonville's charter is it allows the public to put into place laws that our politicians or elected officials will not do. So I'm just legally taking advantage of a constitutional provision that we all have a right to do. And like I said, I could see if I came with this up front, it would be a problem, but I didn't. I tried to go through the process and the process didn't work. So I'm taking the next step.
Have you spoken to Changing Homelessness or the Sulzbacher too? Or do you think they're possibly doing enough? Are their hands tied too?
Let me say this. I've been invited to some Zoom calls with them. They know my heart and they know what I'm trying to do. So they brought me into their circles and I'm very appreciative of that. So I work with them. Some of the homeless people, I preach to the homeless people, every week. I still donate to them. I buy tents for them, sleeping bags, sleeping mats, rain suits and all that. So I'm with them every week. And so I help Changing Homelessness connect with veterans and other homeless people with their, phone numbers and things like that. So we have a working relationship, but I'm doing something that they can't do. They're working within the system. They're subject to monies coming from the federal government, the state government, and or the city. I'm not subject to that. I'm a private citizen. So I can do some things that Changing Homelessness cannot do. But they reached out to me after they saw the first op-ed that I published in the Florida Times-Union, and they invited me into their circles. These are wonderful people. And so I work with Changing Homelessness, work with Trinity, work with City Rescue Mission. I was invited to a tour of their MacDuff facility about 2 weeks ago. So I'm working with all of these people, but I'm trying to help them in ways that they cannot help themselves because they're in the belly of the beast. I'm a private citizen coming from the outside to bring something inside. So yes, I do work with them.
You said 30,000 signatures, the timeline on that again?
It takes over 33,000 signatures, and they have to be processed and valid 6 months before the election. The election is the general election for the city of Jacksonville is next May. So we have to have these petitions in by the end of November. But my objective is to have them in by the end of October. But there's a hurdle that we have to first overcome. We have to turn in over 3,000 initially, and then the petition itself, the legality of it is reviewed by the general counsel's office once we turn in over 3,000. And so once they approve it, then it's official that we are in this fight. But if they don't approve it, then I have the right to file a challenge before a circuit judge and let a judge decide. And I'm prepared to do that if they don't want to approve the legal sufficiency of this petition.
Okay, so about 10% of the total votes you need to get kind of
Yes.
now, and obviously end of October of 2021.
Right, for the 33,000, but I'm trying to get 3,000 before May 1st. The first 3,000
How's
we're
that
trying to
going?
get before. It's going very well. We just started Friday, and it's going very well. Yeah, we just opened up everything Friday, so everything is fresh off the press.
Okay, if somebody wants to sign this, where is there a website? What do they need to contact you or what?
Yeah, they need to contact me right now. We just opened. I was at the bank with the treasurer opening an account when you first contacted me earlier. So I just got back to my office. So hopefully by next week, we'll have a website up. But right now, petitions can be gotten through me, through my Facebook page, Alvin Wellington Barlow Senior, or you can email me at barlowaw@gmail.com, and I can send you a PDF and you can print it out and sign it. But here's what's important. Only Duval County registered voters can sign a petition, and then their signature has to be witnessed by anyone who watches them sign a petition, but only registered voters from Duval County. So if you'd like to talk to me about it, 904-359-0011, 904-359-0011, or barlowaw@gmail.com to get a petition right now. But we'll have a website up real soon where you'll be able to get more information.
Okay, very good. Yeah, keep in touch with that website. Anything else?
No, sir. I thank you for your time. I appreciate this opportunity.
Okay, let me stop this on my end. Okay. Wait, did I stop?